How are you?
Good evening.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Look what I found. I was looking on all 40 and filled it all out. This is a step in the right direction. This is a big step. I know bankers need all the help. You're on vacation this year.
The vaccine I've had,
Did you get it? Yes, I did Pfizer. Pfizer was my choice. That's awesome. Not awesome, you just got sick. It's awesome you got all that.
And interestingly enough, I got my vaccine in jail. In jail.
You were in jail?
In jail.
Like, as in you were
It sounds a lot more interesting.
This doesn't sound good
than the actual story itself. You know, I did Leadership Mike Speed this year, and with Leadership Mike Speed, they have you spend a day in jail. It's really wandering around. I mean, I think it's very eye-opening. I think every high school should spend a day just wandering around. You make bad decisions in life, where you end up. But anyway, we go to the medical area, and this nurse was and you guys need the vaccines, and they've got an extra 15, and they're like, we have to throw these away today. So I'm just like, well, maybe this is a sign for me not to, like, I'm going to do it. But then I had to do the follow-up, so 2 weeks later, I had to get back to jail, and I'm checking it, and this woman says, like, vaccines are for prisoners. You're not allowed in there. And I'm trying to explain to her, like, yeah, I know, I was here part of the leadership class, and I got my vaccine. She was like,
yeah, I mean, it can happen.
I have clients constantly asking
When can I go? This is so important.
So anyway, it makes for a funny story to say. An eye-opener, holy cow. Yes, sir. I mean, I have probably 70% of them, and 30% of them really bad. And I think that's another part of our. No, not at all. Well, the homeless population or the jail population? Majority, middle age. But nobody wants to trust them. No possessions. So, I got my vaccine. You haven't seen me for about 6 months.
Yeah.
No, I was not worried because I know that unless you commit a really serious crime, they're just ticketing and letting you go.
Right.
Like, there's nothing you could have done that would have caused you.
Luckily, I know a lot of attorneys as well.
Yeah, that's true. Here, mental health here.
Well, I'm going to grab a seat. I left a message for Liz. I figured I'd send a couple of emails in here before I figured I'd just call. I was hoping to maybe next week grab coffee with her.
They tell me for a headshot, it's a good idea or a bad idea, I'm listening to it. I think the headshot is working that I just sent in. Hi, Nick. Yes, I got to get mine. Yes, I printed it. My husband and I are going to look at it and talk about this weekend. So this is the fourth time this has been scheduled.
Okay, fingers crossed.
With Connie, I'm going to talk to her. Yeah, I just haven't talked to her because she's a trip. So I'm going to go over that. Just do a one-on-one. Maybe I'll just go and do coffee with her or something. Just sit down. Take care of it. Since we only have that one. Sorry. No, not quite. I was thinking. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I've got to do that. So I will try and let them know. Otherwise, you can do the credit card here today if you want it, and then I will get it to the right account. Okay. And just tell them. So just tell them you're paying $100. They'll put it in, do it, and I'll move it over to the right account.
You know how much he wants me to talk about?
Cost $100.
It really is. And in my job, I travel.
How are you?
We were engaged in
Good afternoon. Hi, Jordan. I wanted to recognize a couple of people here that are extremely special, and we're so lucky and excited to have them here. Our district governor, Becky Smith, is right up here in the front. And her husband, Dr. Rick Smith. And our assistant district governor, Bill Savage. Thank you. We have another really amazingly special guest that I don't think we're going to be able to get him up on the screen, but on Wednesday morning, there were 4 of us from the club that were on a Zoom Rotary meeting in Accra West in Ghana. And it was super early in the morning for us, but they were like living it up. And Heather Beam was their speaker, Dr. Heather Beam. And I wanted to tell you guys real quick that they have moved into an office. When she was here with us in July, she talked about them needing to raise money to move into a bigger office, and so they have it. So I thought you guys would be happy to know that. Well, the president from Accra West Rotary Club in Ghana is on the meeting today on Zoom, and that is President Nairam Kukula. I believe the camera's over that way, so everyone wave to him, please. Welcome, President. All right, well, thank you. Trevor, if you'd like to come up here and share our words of inspiration today. Thank you.
Sure. All right, great. Well, welcome everyone. Today I'm going to share a little bit from one of my favorite books, Good to Great. Who's read Good to Great? All right. Half the room, you know what you need to do. You haven't read it yet. I will tell you that the first couple chapters are a little dry. They talk about process and stuff, but once you're into it, it's really a phenomenal book. But the opening lines of this book, really, you've probably heard before, but it's maybe worth hearing again. Good is the enemy of great. And that is one of the key reasons why we have so little that becomes great. We don't have great schools, principally because we have good schools. We don't have great government, principally because we have good government. Few people attain great lives, in large part, because it's just so easy to settle for a good life. The difference between good and great, it takes intentionality, it takes discipline, it takes making good choices. And one more thing I was going to share on that, as far as the Olympics goes, the difference between famous and forgotten in the Olympics. In the men's 100 meter this year for the Olympics, the difference between gold medal and 4th place was 13/100ths of a second. Can you even blink that fast? So, not that guy who was 13/100ths of a second behind wasn't great. He's a great runner in his country, but on the world stage, he falls into the forgotten over 13/100ths of a second. So, I guess make the choice to be great.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And as Rotarians, in everything we think, say, and do, is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you. Enjoy your lunch.
You're not telling you guys and girls. Your Specifically, Every Friday we would have a parade. Every Thursday we would practice parade. And I would do every 4 years. I did everything possible to avoid being in the parade. And now suddenly I find myself on the other side. It's like, oh, I'm going to pull up the parade. It's kind of a mix. There's a bunch of obviously, I have a lot of work to do there. I'm very involved in the community right here. But you also have Boy Scout groups. This will be the second year that I've been to Marvin. And the first year, I mean, it was just, I think I showed up about that.
Right.
All right, I wanted to welcome everybody again. I hope you guys have been enjoying this special fiesta lunch. Yeah, the antlers, thank you guys very, very much. They're good to us. So Jordan Davis is going to introduce our visitors now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to, first of all, welcome all of our visitors from the West Accra Rotary Club that are watching today. So thank you very much. It's a privilege to have you guys on with us. And I also, I see that we have a visiting Rotarian. We have Bill Savage here today. So that's great. And now I would like to just make sure that we don't have any other visiting Rotarians or guests of Rotarians in the room. I think we're probably on that. So yeah, welcome. So glad to have you guys all here with us today.
All right, so Miley, are you ready to come up here? Yeah, sorry.
Molly. Yeah. Molly, sir.
Blogger lipstick.
Yeah.
Did you want your lipstick? Rotary stairs.
Well, as you know, I'm chairman of the foundation committee this year, and which means it's always my privilege to recognize those that have contributed to the Rotary Foundation. The Rotary Foundation, as you know, is crucial to our mission throughout not only our community but the world. And our contributions to the foundation are what makes our favorite projects possible. So we're very grateful for all of you who contribute. And there's some special recognition. And as you probably know, there's a recognition called Paul Harris Fellow. And as you continue to contribute to the foundation, you kind of go up the ladder in Paul Harris Fellows. And so we have a Paul Harris Fellow +4 with Guy Cressup. Come up and get your beautiful pen. There's 4 spots. So Guy, if you don't want to walk up the stairs, I am willing to hand you it. But we do have a wonderful new Rotary steps that belong to our club. So you should appreciate it. So I'm going to give you the pen, and then we're going to turn out and face me. A picture of your beautiful head. Thank you very much, Don. For BCO, +5. This is my favorite one. 5 sapphires. And Paul Clarkin +6, which has a ruby. And thank you all for continuing to contribute. You'll hear more as the year goes by.
So while it does say red and white, we are just going to do a red badge today because we want the white badge to be even more spotlight for Tina. She's going to be getting her white badge, and I'm going to make sure that she's got the full spotlight on her. She says she's shy. So for our red badge today, for Hunter, it's Harrison, but it says Hunter Harrison.
I know.
And I whenever I look at Harrison's name, I think, gosh, she's got to put 2 first names, 2 last names. So Harrison, if you haven't had the chance to meet Harrison, he is at Northwestern Mutual. So professionally, he's right upstairs and is in the financial services world. He's also very involved in our community. He recently graduated from Colorado Springs Leadership, CSLI. He's also a football coach down at Fountain Fort Carson, and he loves getting engaged with the youth in our community. So I know we'll see a lot of Harrison in the years to come.
Hi, I'm Bill Sandberg, your assistant governor, in case you didn't know, which you probably didn't. One of the duties of the assistant governor is to introduce the governor on paid visits across the state to the 57 Rotary clubs in District 5470. And this is one of the best parts of the job, because Becky is such a wonderful person. She's an educator. She taught elementary school for 16 years.
500.
She was on the Bayfield Board of Education. Bayfield is somewhere way west of here. And she was on the State Board of Education. In addition to that, she's been very active in Rotary since 2008, and with her club, the Pine River Valley Centennial Rotary Club, or Best Rotary Club. And I had the joy of visiting her, and it is a great club. Becky has served several positions, including treasurer for 2 years. I personally was treasurer for 1 year, and the club pretty much universally agreed I was the worst treasurer. Becky also was a district trainer, and of course she was president of her Rotary Club. The third thing that's noteworthy about Becky is her husband, Rick Smith. Dr. Rick is a good friend of mine, and now so is Becky. We're good friends. And he also is an educator, and both of them in Bayfield made large differences in the educational systems there. They've been married for 41 years. They have 2 children and 4 grandchildren. So apparently they do something other than Rotary and education. Anyway, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce Governor Becky Smith.
Thank you for that warm welcome. I want to let you know that standing at a podium with me is like chaining a dog to a post. I can't do it. I will wander around, and if you start to fall asleep, I will come stand in front of you with the microphone. So stay awake. This is fair warning. As Bill said, I am a retired educator, and speaking to people is a passion I have.
That was inspirational.
Stop and think for just a minute about my initials. I am Becky Smith. I can talk to you for as long as you want me to on any subject, at any level of enthusiasm. Just let me have at it. So my purpose for coming to you today, beyond being a district governor who is required to come and visit you, is I want to inspire you to re-engage with Rotary after a year of isolation. And I want to offer support from your district and tell you how, through small changes, we can invigorate your club and make it so appealing, not only to new members, but to your current members. Those are my 2 points. So, a very, very long time ago, someone with much more wisdom than myself said, if you want to be happy for an hour, take a nap. If you want to be happy for a week, take a vacation. If you want to be happy for a month, get married. But if you want to live a life of happiness, live a life of service. And that is what I am going to talk to you about today. A year, 18 months now of COVID, of a pandemic like we have never seen before, has rocked our organization, has rocked our own worlds, and rocked our communities. We are struggling after 18 months of uncertainty and difficulty. We have struggled mentally with isolation. We are not wired to sit in our homes for months at a time. There is only so much Netflix you can watch in a year. We are not wired to be fiscally challenged like we were. Some of us lost our businesses hurt, jobs were furloughed, and there were many of us who were affected with our health, myself included. I am a COVID survivor. Okay, I didn't know I had it. I didn't suffer that bad. Anybody else suffer from COVID during the last year? I am so sorry. This is not what we set up to do, and we have been struggling. It's impacted our organization, and I say service is what's going to bring us out of it. So, I have 3 points to make to you today. In order to come out of isolation, we together will serve each other. We will serve with other clubs and collaborate with the district and other clubs. And my final point is we will serve more. Our communities need us now more than they ever have. So together we're going to serve. This is not a difficult task for us because we are Rotarians. When we go back and say, why am I a Rotarian? It's not because we have lovely chicken fiesta lunch. By the way, guacamole was fantastic. Where are they? Yes, that's not why we come here. We don't come here because we enjoy each other's company. And I'm watching this table over here, still back corner. Just keep your eye on them. We come together as Rotarians. We sign on as Rotarians because deep inside each one of us, there is a desire to serve. Deep inside us, we have a belief that we can impact the world and help people who will never have the means, the ability, or the opportunity to walk into a room this lovely and to eat a meal this lovely. We want to lift those people up to a standard of living they did not know was possible. We want to open doors. And to twist them around. The Rubik's Cube is a metaphor. Now, it also serves as a guide and assistance. If there are any of you that are high-energy adults like myself, In order to be good in a setting like this, I need to play with something. So the Rubik's Cube is there for you to spin, mess it up, go ahead, I don't mind. Mine was messed up for 3 weeks until Wednesday this week. Emily from the North Colorado Springs Club put this back together in less than a minute. And I assure that club they will get a district grant that fast. Very cool. So, oh, by the way, only 6% of people can put these back. And in my experience, I am very concerned about the intellectual level of Rotarians. Emily is our only one. This is a metaphor for your club, and that's why I chose the Rubik's Cube. When I hold mine up, it is only single color on each side. It's predictable. Your brain looks at it and says, green side, white side, red side. And your brain is done with it that quickly. To make it more interesting, we spin it and we twist it. It remains uninteresting until an outside impetus changes it. You are the outside impetus that's changing your Rubik's Cube. For your club, which could say, orange side, this is where we meet every Wednesday, delicious lunch, I always sit here, I get to see my friends. Blue side, these are our fundraisers. As successful as Flight is, it's predictable. You are the downtown club. There are gorgeous butterflies over in the park over there. People know it's you. The green side, these are our service projects that we do every year. Yep, that's Rotary. The community goes, yep, that's Rotary, we got it. Predictable and uninteresting. Valuable, necessary, yes, but in order to keep your members engaged, I challenge you to make the club as interesting as possible. Rotary sits at 1.2 million of us worldwide, and we have been there for 20 years. 1.2 million members for 20 years. We are phenomenal at recruitment all over the world. We recruit new Rotarians every year, and every year they walk out the back door. Engaging and keeping our members is an unfortunate failure. And what I say to you, that's how Rotary will continue, is we keep the people we have. We make our club exciting and interesting by taking little steps. And I'm going to help you with some steps that you can do. Twisting and challenging your Rubik's Cube makes it much more interesting to your club members and to new members. Now, yep, there are many of you who probably in the next 20 years will not be in Rotary anymore. And we need to take a look. Did I say that with enough diplomacy? We need to make sure Rotary is interesting and intriguing to a new generation who sees it much differently than we do. And that is hard and uncomfortable for us. But we have to survive in a way that wasn't available 50 years ago. 20 years from now, it's going to have to look different too. So, first thing we need to do is to serve each other. Isolation, being alone in your house has been difficult. Let's see. I'm going to talk to my good friend Trevor here. We did not set this up. He may not get his line right, but fingers crossed. Okay, Trevor, let's do this. In the US, when we see a friend or an acquaintance, we go up and we acknowledge their existence with a simple phrase. Hi, Trevor, I like your shirt today. How are you doing? And Trevor says,
Great, how are you?
No. Trevor, thank you. Perfect line. You got it. Trevor says, I'm fine. And I say, huh, and walk away. We have acknowledged each other and we say that's enough. But I say to you and I challenge you, we are not fine. We are not okay. We are confused. This is what we need to do, is acknowledge that these are times that are not easy. So, fine is no longer a state of being, it's an acronym. And here is the acronym. The F stands for frazzled. Trevor is frazzled. Your district governor is frazzled. I had to cancel a district conference for the second time in the history of our district. Not easily done. 6 o'clock on Monday morning, Rick and I were to drive to Colorado Springs so I could make a presentation, and I locked the keys in the car at 5:45 in the morning. We could see them in the back seat, frazzled. We are not okay. The I in FINE stands for inundated, and we are. First of all, can anybody tell me, is butter good now or is butter bad?
It's good.
Do we wear? I agree. We get news and reports on our health, on our behavior, on how we should invest, where we should drive, what's good for the economy, what's good for the environment. We get too much information, too fast, conflicting. We are frazzled and we're inundated. And that makes us neurotic. Trevor is neurotic. When I come up to someone now and I extend my hand to them to greet them, many times I say, are you comfortable with a hug? Are you comfortable with a handshake? Do we fist pump? Because never before have we been more aware of germs and the spread of germs. We are a bit, and I don't know if that will end. More hand sanitizer have been on these hands in the last 18 months than ever before. And finally, the E in FINE stands for emotional. We're worn down. We are tired. So here's what I say to you. When you see a club member and you say, hi, Trevor, how are you? And he says, I'm fine. I want you to squint your eyes. Oh, you are? Fine. Mm-hmm. Please do not walk away from a club member after that just simple interaction. The next thing is, you okay? How was your week? Invest. Acknowledge. We need this. The two-dimensional of Zoom has not been enough. We need three-dimensional, we need interactions. More than ever, I say to you, the health of your club, the environment and culture of this club is more important right now to get it established deeply before you go out to the community who needs you so badly. First, we take care of each other. First, we acknowledge each other. Then you're ready to go out and continue the good work. When we come in and greet each other and invest in each other, we build a culture where people say, I want to stay in this Rotary Club. I want to be a part of this. I feel welcome. I feel included. And so does a new member that may be coming in and taking a look and say, oh, look at this. This is great. These people are fun. They're funny. They're respectful. They're inclusive. And I want to be a part of it. This club is what you fix first. You commit back to the absolute convictions of Rotary, that we take care of each other, that who we are is focused on our mission of service, and who we are outside the doors stays outside the doors. Non-political, non-religious, lifestyles, eating styles, shoe styles. We come together and let go of who we are outside so we can serve together in a healthy, warm, and welcoming environment. And I will stand before you with great humility and tell you that as our club does this, and we literally have a door we walk through, that we leave everything outside, I am more than humbled to tell you I have friends that are close to my heart that would have never been my friends. That our lives outside, even in our small community, are so phenomenally different. We would have never met socially or interacted socially. But inside Rotary, I have been blessed with people that mean the world to me because of this gift of a warm, welcoming environment. And I encourage you to do that in your club. I've encouraged all of the 18 clubs, and I will continue to do this with the other 57. Simon Sinek is one of my favorite philosophers. He is a business philosopher who talks to business leaders about how to survive in this current world. How to say this, what's your purpose? What's the purpose of your business? And it should be more than just making money. If your business is going to survive in this culture, You have to have a purpose. Rotary is easy. Our purpose is service. However, Simon in his second book, first one was called Start With Why, What's Your Purpose? In his second, maybe his third book, he started talking about the Navy. Do I have any Navy SEALs in here or any Navy retired vets? Thank you. How about other vets while we're at it? Who else is a vet in here? Yay. Okay, Army. We got Army people? Thank you. I love that. How about Air Force? I have to tell you, the Air Force are quite arrogant and they think they're the best. I do. See this? Any Marines?
Our one Marine passed away.
I am so sorry. Okay, bless you. The Navy has a SEALs program, and if you are young and you want to be a SEAL, the first thing you have to be is in a state of health where your bicep is as thick as my neck. You have to go through an acceptance process that the first part is an aptitude test. Basically, are you smart? Can you answer these questions? Can you solve these problems? Are you articulate? And once they pass that part, then a second assessment is out in the field. Well, they're Navy SEALs. It's going to be in a swamp, or in San Francisco Bay, or on the top of a mountain. And what they do is they put the people, men and women, in teams of 3, and say you have 48 hours to complete this task, and send them off to do the task that's unpleasant and icky and is deprived of food and cold. But they're not watching whether the team of 3 completes the task. That's not the assessment. What the observers are watching is the candidate. Does the candidate take care of their 2 teammates first? Does the candidate ensure they have the equipment, the supplies, the plan, the understanding so they succeed first? That's what they're looking for. And I say to Rotary all across our state, that's what we do first. We make sure our fellow Rotarians succeed in their purpose, which is my purpose, but before I do, take care of each other. That's how we get through this first part of the pandemic. When your eye looks at this, it is intrigued because it is not just a blue rectangle. It likes the different colors. As you turn your Rubik's Cube, as you're exuding kindness and consideration to each other, you are intriguing new members, and you're validating the current ones that you have. I just signed out of something, Cody. What am I signed out of? My second point is that we serve collectively. We are not meant to be a Rotary Club in isolation, and your district leadership wants more than anything for this club, for every club to succeed. And so we reach our hands out to you over and over to support you on different endeavors. So we have several things that I want to talk to you about. The first one is a district grant, which this club is very consistent in writing and applying for district grants. You will not receive one while I'm your district governor because I'm still mad at Fabrizio for trying to talk my husband into buying a house in Italy.
Thanks, Fabrizio.
Yes, done. No district grants. The second thing is, do we have a membership chair in the room today? Where is he? Oh, she. Wonderful. I want to make you familiar with the Instagrant. What we are doing with membership is offering $100 to your club for any effort to make the Rotary brand available to the people in your community. Radio ads, newspaper ads, TV ads, Rotary swag, food at an event, anything that gets that Rotary brand in the hands of your community so they can say, ooh, Rotary, and think about it as they go on. You fill out a simple form. Please don't write any more than 3 sentences because we don't want to read more than 3 sentences. And we will send you a $100 check that fast. Not once, but 4 times in a year. Over and over. You can collaborate with other clubs and pool your money and get a bigger ad or a bigger campaign. That's the collaborative nature we're looking for. A tech grant. Did you already submit one? You've done, so we don't have to go forward with that. Okay. Your district leadership wants to work with you to succeed over and over again. Also, we want to make sure that this is the year our district makes a huge contribution in kindness and in dollars to the Polio Plus. We are 2 cases in the world this year. 2! 40 years ago, polio was seeing 350,000 cases a year. 40 years of concentrated, focused effort, and we're down to 2. Here's our challenge. Afghanistan, of course, is going to be a significant challenge to us. But equally challenging to us is our younger members. And I'm 64, so young means under 50. So under 50, our younger members do not have a connectivity with polio. They were born into a world that is polio-free. So when we say, please donate money to the End Polio Plus program, they're donating to something that's in a fog they don't know. So connecting them with the devastation of this disease is something that Bill Gates took on, Cody, and made a video that reconnects us with the devastation of polio and the need to finish it now. Thank you. Bill Gates is going to show you an iron lung, and then he's going to finish the video by saying, no longer do we need an iron lung, we need an iron will to finish this fight. I'll let Bill talk for you.
Many people today wouldn't recognize what this is. And that's an amazing thing because it shows how much progress we've made against polio. It's a terrible disease, and in most countries now largely forgotten. The paralysis from polio starts with your legs and then can get up into this diaphragm area. And so a lot of people die simply because they can't breathe, and that's where this comes in to help out. This is called an arm lung. It's a mechanical respirator. There's a pump down here that creates enough air pressure that even though your diaphragm is paralyzed, it allows you to keep breathing. So your head sticking out here, it's pretty grim, but it used to keep thousands of people alive. The height of the polio epidemic in the United States was in the 1940s and 50s. This used to be something that you could see rows and rows of in lots of hospitals, kids lying here, and then that pump actually allowing them to breathe. The reason we don't have kids needing these anymore is because of the polio vaccine. We've reduced the number of cases by 99.9%. And now wild polio is only in 2 countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. During this pandemic, the world benefited from the precious resource of the polio program, where all that personnel shifted their focus to help contain the spread of COVID-19. As much as we've achieved in the polio fight, I can't think of a more important time for us to double down and finish the job. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative has a great plan that will do more than just eradicate polio, that will also raise vaccination rates and improve health very dramatically. This arm lung was a great tool, but now we need the arm will of everybody involved in this fight. And it's thanks to the commitment of Rotary and many other partners that makes me confident we can create a world where no child will ever be paralyzed by polio again.
Can you picture that? No child ever paralyzed by polio again. What a goal. What an accomplishment. In 1964, my first grade class was marched into the cafeteria where we all sat at a table, and each one of us had placed in front of us a pink sugar cube. Anybody else have a pink sugar cube? Oh yeah, we're similar in age then. It was the polio vaccine. Back then, that's how we vaccinated ourselves. That vaccine cost 15 cents to make. But by the time we refrigerate it and transport it and train our people, it goes up to the cost of a little less than $3 a vaccine. I spend triple that on a glass of wine. I spend double on that on a chai latte from Starbucks. And Rick, on hamburgers, he's paid all the way up to $20 for a hamburger. Rotary has a program that says every Rotarian donates every year. $25 is what that is. Now, when I look at your Rotary Foundation donation for this club, I have to commend you. This club supports the foundation regularly, multiple times, and the gratitude is there. We do have Rotarians with the misunderstanding that when they pay dues, that goes towards the foundation, and it does not. Foundation donations are separate. At this point, after 40 years of fighting polio, only 30% of our Rotarians have donated to polio. So I challenge this club and every club that this year, every one of you donates $25 to polio so that we can fight the fight with the will that we need to protect those children who need us so badly. So, President, I challenge you to keep track and encourage your members. $25 is not a lot to ask in a year. Now I'm going to ask you to do two things with me. The first one is to join me in a dream. I am a retired teacher. I worked with children of poverty when I taught. When I worked for the Department of Education, I worked exclusively with districts with children of poverty, and I have a passion for lifting up those children through education to open up doors of opportunity for them. And my passion is not limited to the U.S., especially it goes into countries where there are impoverished communities. And I am focusing my passion on the girls. Here's why. Years of social observation have shown that when you educate the girl with a high school education in any community, she will go on to make sure her own children receive an education. She will be less likely to be a victim of fraud or a victim of sex trafficking. She will more than likely take on a leadership role in her community or an economic effort in her community. Lift up the girls, educate the girls, and you lift up the standard of living in the community. And yet, the girls drop out at the rate of 72% in many of our impoverished countries. Why would they drop out at such significant rates? Now, I'm going to be really delicate and diplomatic how I say this, but a young girl going into high school is a young female in puberty, and once a month she needs privacy in the bathroom. If her school has a bathroom, it may not be segregated. It may not have running water all year round. She may not have the privacy that she needs, so she stays home. And after a while, gives up and just says, forget it, I'm not going to go. And often will find herself married by the time she's 16. Educate the girls, offer a bathroom in the school, and the girls stay in school. It's a trend that we have seen over and over. Rotary has partnered with many NGOs to put bathrooms in schools. I have a passion for that myself, and I ask you to join me. Shekhar Mehta is our Rotary International president. He lives in India, and he was outlining his goals for this year. I'm at home watching another Zoom, there's Shekhar, and when he said one of his goals and focus areas for this year was to empower girls in impoverished countries, I jumped up off the couch, hands in the air, yes, yes, you're the president here, I'm the governor, this is gonna happen, let's do something. So my dream is collaboration, not just you, all 57 clubs. Let's support the girls in Turkana, Kenya. There is a global grant that we have signed on for to help build schools in Turkana, Kenya, where the illiteracy rate is 80%. This particular global grant partners with the Global Partnership for Education, a nonprofit, an NGO that has 15 years of going into communities and saying, what do you want? What are you willing to do? We'll find water, we'll put in a pump, we'll put in the infrastructure, we'll build the bathrooms, and we'll train your teachers in instruction and hygiene. It's the whole package. What I'm asking for you to do is to join with the other 56 clubs in our district with a donation to this global grant of $500. 57 clubs, each donating $500, raises $25,000 in change. And I could not come to you today with this ask without having gone to district leadership and saying, can I do this? Their response was, yes, Becky, make the ask. And when you raise that $25,000, we'll match you $25,000. Dollar for dollar, they will donate global grant funds to send to Turkana, Kenya. And then they will go to the Rotary Foundation and ask for a match from the Rotary Foundation of $20,000. Your donation today multiplies from $500 to $70,000 to go in and raise the quality of life in Turkana, Kenya, to open opportunities for girls and boys in Turkana, Kenya. I have all the documentation already sent to Kathleen, and she is taking it to your board, and so I am grateful to you for sharing in a dream. Kathleen, I have one more thing I want to share with you before my time runs out. It's very quick. I need your signature. The district governor in Denver and I want the Rotary brand out in Colorado. Rotary strong. Make it visible. So we designed with a graphic artist this license plate. A Colorado Rotary license plate to be on cars throughout the entire state. And in order to get this far, we had to submit it to, now just follow me, the Rotary International License Plate Approval Department. Can I just say picky, picky, picky? That's not Rotary yellow, that's not Rotary blue. Make the wheel bigger, move it to the right, we don't like your font. And so they did, after 18 months, approve it. We have the letter of approval. We've taken it to the Department of Motor Vehicles in Denver, who have approved it. Now, before it can go before legislature in January, we must garner 3,000 signatures on a petition that say, this is not offensive, it's appropriate, we like this in Colorado. So very soon, in October, you will receive an email from me that says, Rotary license plate petition, please sign. It's a DocuSign, it's digital. Please sign it, and then share the email with every registered voter over 18. We need 3,000 signatures. There's 5,500 Rotarians in Colorado. We should do this quite quickly. And then the next step is it goes before legislature in January. Now, you tell me, can you see a legislator voting against Rotary? I don't think so. So they'll sign it, they'll approve it, and it will go to the governor for his signature. And the day he signs it, we are going to flood the Capitol with Rotarians in blue and yellow. Rotary Day at the Capitol. He will sign it, and then who's been in Colorado long enough? Where does it go? Who makes them? Who makes the license plates? The prisoners in Kansas City, absolutely. In their own time frame, we have no control over how long it will take. The new license plate, because it's a specialty license plate, will come with a fee, a specialty fee of $25 once. That is a donation to end polio. It's tax deductible. Please join me in signing this and making Rotary proud all across the state. I want you to wear your Rotary gear when you're out doing your work in the community, when you're out doing the things that need to be done. Turning your Rubik's Cube, little bit by little bit, makes it interesting to your brain and interesting to your current members and intriguing to new members. I encourage you to welcome each other, to embrace each other, to welcome the support of your district. And I thank you. This has been a great opportunity. I am your district governor for the next 10 months, but more importantly, I consider myself your servant. I want to help you and support you. Thank you again so much.
Becky, could you come up here for a second?
I've seen 50 district governors, and she is the most inspirational one I've ever seen.
second? Am I in trouble? Did I say something?
I just feel hidden behind that. So last spring, or in January, so my daughter, she's a figure skater, as I'm sure I've told many of you. She was awarded, became a national honor. She got a scholarship from U.S. Figure Skating for her academic achievements as well as her performance in skating. And U.S. Figure Skating gave her $1,000 to give to a charity on her choice, which she gave to Rotary and asked Rotary to set it aside because she wants to find programs that support girls across the world. So Dennis reached out to me and Kathleen and said, would this be something that Bella would be interested in? And Bella said, absolutely. So we wanted to support Becky and work toward getting that $70,000 and supporting the education of girls across the world.
Young people supporting young people. What could be better? Oh my gosh, I have a
And then Becky, we have, because we figured you don't get any of these.
Oh, thank you so much.
We have some gifts for you. I might All right. I think it's worth staying over just a minute or so. Dr. Rick would really love to get a picture of the entire club with our Rubik's Cubes. So if everyone would stand up and with your Rubik's Cubes. And I guess we'll huddle together or something?
Kind of huddle together here now.
What's going on Facebook? What's going on Instagram? If anybody has a felony, duck down and hide. No, just kidding.
Thank you.
All right, have a great week.
My kids are obsessed with